Okay, Charlie, here's one option. So this is what I call a hoop house. This is really to store probably somewhere between 15, maybe 20 birds. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my puppy trying to eat my chickens. Bryn, leave it. It's basically an 8 by 10 floor. So 8 across, 10 on the runners. And then what I do is good job, Rooster. What I do is I sort of taper the runners in the front and the back. You can see that very well. So that I can pull them with an ATV. And I put about a 2-inch piece of PVC that I split down the middle and then heat up and bend to make a skid or a ski. You can kind of see what that looked like on this side, so that I can pull it. The thing with the hoop houses they're not as mobile as the smaller tractors, which I'm going to show you, but they hold more birds. So you just kind of got to decide it. They're all basic structures. There's a mast built into the front and the back. Obviously this is just a sheet of plywood across the back. And then what I use is cattle panels. I think they're like 4 feet by 16 feet. And I loop them here. Sorry. That's what actually makes the hoop of the house. This could be, instead of like this plastic construction fence, it can be something more like a chicken wire. That's more helpful, I found, for coyotes and things like that. It just kind of depends. Quit. My dogs are trying to just play too much with my chickens. Bailey, leave it. You use a fairly this rooster is crazy. A fairly rudimentary door. I have one over there that has a door that has basically screen or the chicken wire in it. This is my newer version. It's heavier, but it's safer. In fact, I've even put a latch on the bottom there as well as on the top here, because the coyotes can get pretty persistent. Here's the basic structure on the inside. You can see there's some bracing in the corners. This thing right here is portable. It's just 2x2s and like a 1x3 or 2x3 at the top, but that's for them to perch on. Again, it's portable. And then I use more of this, the construction netting, to sort of keep them from being able to fly out, depending on the breeds, or other things to fly in, and it gives a decent airflow. These tarps, I like the brown and silver. I use the silver in the summer to reflect the heat and the brown in the winter to absorb the heat. And this particular one is fitted down the middle. So I've kind of got two sides, so I can open them a little bit easier. It's actually not that big of a deal. You can use one like 16 by 20, but this time I used two, I don't know, like 9 by 10s or something. And I do like that better. Every time I build one of these, I like something that I do better, and so I just keep improving. There's my puppy. You can, surely a CB can construct something better than this, but what I found is this is a pretty functional system. You could also make it more portable. The problem is you don't want to be too high off the ground. Bailey, move. Bailey, out. Because you don't want to give a digging opportunity under here. And the other thing that I struggle with sometimes is this span can sag. This 8-foot span starts to sag. So I put a little like block under here that I tapered on the other side, but that just is like an anchor. It just drags, so it's not the best idea. Probably come up with something better. I do use some brackets. It's mostly like deck screws. I use a lot of 1 5/8 or 1 3/8 wood screws. I use a lot of 2.5 inch, the star-headed like deck screws. They're almost like a self-tapper. Those work really well. You can see here, I use a lot of zip ties and things to help secure this mast, because it's fairly flexible, but the cattle panel sort of holds it in place pretty well. So again, this is the hoop house. Hoop houses are really great You can keep a lot of chickens in them and let them out at night. I've seen people use photo eyes to set up a little automated door system that would like be on this side, kind of open and shut, just the size of a chicken if you didn't want to monitor it every day. That's a little more investment than I've put in, obviously. Again, the challenge with the hoop house is it's not as portable. I'm sure you guys could come up with a better system, but this is where I'm at right now in terms of housing a number of chickens. And you can see it's in its winter setup because I've still got the dark tarp on it. Over here I've also, this is an earlier version that I built, but I like the other one better. Those are the breasts. Some of the breasts we'll probably be working with. And then that's a tractor, and I'll show you one of those.